The first hidden sign a woman wants to give herself to you, and it's one that most men misinterpret, is what I call the consistent proximity breach. Now, this isn't just about her standing close to you at a party. That can be chalked up to a loud room or just a friendly personality. We are talking about something far more intentional, yet disguised as an accident. It's the consistent, repeated pattern of her finding reasons to enter your personal and even your intimate physical space. See, sociologists talk about 4 zones of space: public, social, personal, and intimate. The personal zone is about arm's length. The intimate zone is from about 6 inches in to direct physical contact. A woman who is strictly platonic will unconsciously respect these boundaries. But a woman who is ready to give herself to you will begin to test them. She will sit on a couch, and instead of taking the cushion that's a polite distance away, she will sit on the cushion right next to you, so your legs are almost touching. She'll accidentally brush against you when you're walking. The most classic example is when she needs to reach for something, a drink, a napkin, anything, and instead of asking you to pass it, she will reach across your body to get it herself. That movement, that brief moment of her chest or arm being directly in your intimate space, is not an accident. It's a test. She's doing 2 things. She's flooding her own senses with your proximity, your smell, your presence, and she's simultaneously watching your reaction. Do you flinch and lean away? Or do you hold your ground? If you hold your ground and she lingers there for just a microsecond longer than necessary, she is silently telling you that she's comfortable, that she wants to be in your space. Pay attention to this in quiet environments. If you're the only 2 people in a room and she consistently chooses to be physically closer than is socially required, she is using her body to say what her words won't. This is the physical prelude. She's normalizing physical closeness, one accidental breach at a time. It's a powerful primal signal. If you've seen this happen and just thought she was clumsy, you might want to rethink. And hey, if this is making sense to you, do me a solid and hit that like button. It's free and it tells me I'm on the right track. The second sign is far more psychological. It's the vulnerability test. Before a woman will give herself to you physically, she must know if she can give herself to you emotionally. She needs to know you are a safe harbor. She can't feel safe being physically vulnerable with you if she hasn't tested your capacity for emotional safety. So she will conduct a test. She will offer you a piece of her real self, something not on the surface. This is not her complaining about her day or bad traffic. This is her sharing a genuine insecurity, a past hurt, a family problem, or a personal fear. She might say something like, "I've never told anyone this, but I'm actually terrified of." Or something I really struggle with is, "This is not a conversation opener. This is a deliberate act of emotional exposure." And your response in this exact moment is critical. Most men fail this test. They fail because they immediately go into fix-it mode. They offer solutions. They tell her what to do. "Oh, you shouldn't feel that way," or "Here's what you need to do." This is the worst possible response. She's not looking for a mechanic. She's looking for a witness. She is testing for one thing: empathy. Can you sit with her emotion without trying to dismiss it or fix it? The correct response is not to talk, but to listen. It's to validate something as simple as, "Wow, that sounds incredibly difficult. Thank you for trusting me enough to tell me that." Or, "I can't imagine how that must have felt." When you do this, you signal that you are not just interested in her body or her fun side. You are willing to accept her whole self, including the parts she keeps hidden. When she feels that her vulnerability is safe with you, her brain links you with safety. And physical intimacy cannot exist without a baseline, primal feeling of safety. If she opens a door to her past and you walk through it with respect, she is far more likely to open the door to her bedroom. Seriously, getting this one right is a total game changer. Let me know in the comments if you've ever failed this test by trying to fix her problem. Be honest. The third hidden sign is what I call subtle future projection. A woman who is only interested in the moment will only talk about the moment. But a woman who is deciding to give herself to you is also deciding if you fit into her life. Her mind is already playing out scenarios, and those thoughts will start to leak out in her language. She won't say, "I want to be your girlfriend," or "I want to see you next month." That's too direct, too vulnerable to rejection. Instead, she will use subtle, low-risk future projection statements. "This sounds like, oh, you love Italian food? There's this amazing place. We should go there sometime." Not "you should go there." We. Or if you mention a movie that's coming out in 2 months, she'll say, "We'll have to see that when it comes out." She is casually and verbally inserting you into her future, making the idea of you and her as a unit feel normal, familiar, and inevitable. This is her way of building a bridge of continuity from the present to the future. Each time she does this, she's laying another plank on that bridge. She's also watching your reaction. If you say, yeah, totally, that sounds great, you've just accepted her premise. You've both agreed non-verbally that there is a we and that we will exist in the future. Pay close attention to her use of we versus you. It's one of the most significant and most overlooked verbal cues. She's literally building a shared reality with you, word by word. This stuff is powerful. And if you're finding this valuable, hit that subscribe button right now. I'm dropping videos like this all the time, and you don't want to miss what's next. The fourth sign is when she escalates the nature of physical touch. Everyone knows that when a woman is interested, she'll break the touch barrier. She'll laugh and touch your arm or tap your shoulder. That's basic, but we're not talking about basic. We're talking about the signs she wants to give herself to you. This requires a completely different quality of touch. The touch changes from friendly and public to possessive and intimate. A friendly touch is quick. It's a tap, a platonic side hug. The touch we're looking for is one that lingers. She'll place her hand on your forearm when she's making a point and leave it there for 2, 3, 4 seconds longer than necessary. That lingering pressure is everything. Her brain is processing the feel of you. But the real signal is when the touch becomes unnecessary or corrective. She will find reasons to touch you that are disguised as something else. She'll fix your collar, even if it's not crooked. She'll brush a piece of lint off your shoulder, and her hand will rest there. These are grooming gestures. In the animal kingdom, primates groom each other to show affection and trust. This is the human equivalent. It's a nurturing, I care for you gesture. Then there's the advanced move, the possessive touch. This is her resting her hand on your knee when you're sitting and talking. This is her instinctively grabbing your hand or squeezing your bicep when she's laughing hard. It's an unconscious squeeze that says, you're my anchor. When her touch goes from a quick tap to a lingering possessive caress, she is non-verbally screaming that she is comfortable with you and wants to be closer. The fifth sign is the deepest one. It's something you feel more than you see. It's called limbic synchronization. You've heard of mirroring, where she copies your body language. That's often a conscious or semi-conscious thing. Limbic synchronization is on a whole other level. It's an unconscious syncing of your two nervous systems. This happens in the limbic brain, the part that controls emotion and arousal. It's not something she can fake. When a woman is truly open to you and feels a deep connection, her body will try to attune itself to yours. You will literally feel like you're on the same wavelength. You'll notice your breathing patterns start to match. If you lean in and lower your voice, she will instantly lean in and lower hers. This is that magical chemistry or vibe that people talk about. It's when the conversation just flows. You feel completely, 100% at ease, as if you've known her for years. This is her body's way of saying, I am one with you, I am in sync with you. This deep biological resonance is a sign of profound trust and rapport. She's not just listening to your words, her entire nervous system is listening to you. When you feel this sync, it's one of the most powerful indicators in existence that she's not just attracted to you, she trusts you on a primal cellular level. If you've ever felt this with someone, you know how rare it is. Let me know in the comments if you've experienced this sync. And if you're still watching, you're clearly serious about understanding this. I respect that. Help me out by tapping that like button. It costs you nothing and helps the channel in a massive way. Finally, the sixth and most practical sign, this is the one that removes all doubt. It's the logistical green light. All the other signs, the proximity, the vulnerability, the touch, the sync, are about building psychological and emotional readiness. This final sign is about practical readiness. A woman who has decided to give herself to you will begin to consciously and unconsciously remove all logistical barriers that would prevent it from happening. All her no's turn into yeses. Suddenly, I have to get up early tomorrow becomes, I'm not even tired. I'm with my friends becomes, my friends can wait. It's a long drive home becomes, I'm fine, I can drive home late. She is actively dismantling every excuse or obstacle that stands between you and an intimate, private setting. But the biggest green light is the invitation to the nest. A woman's home, her apartment, her room, is her most personal, vulnerable space. When she invites you into it, especially under a low-pressure premise, it is a monumental signal. This sounds like, my roommates are gone for the weekend. Or, do you want to come up? I can make us a drink. She is creating a safe, private, and uninterrupted container for intimacy to occur. She's afraid of being direct. I want you to come home with me. because of social judgment or fear of rejection. So instead, she engineers the situation so that it becomes the natural, logical next step. She's handing you the keys. This is the moment where she is silently saying, I'm ready, I trust you, the door is open. When you see this sign, combined with the others, there is no ambiguity. She's just waiting for you to respectfully and confidently walk through the door she just opened.